Hello and welcome back to a Master Gradius Let's Play. And I guess we got a little confused because I have a feeling we've done this before. We've questioned
Mm-hmm.
the merchants before if they know anything of the whereabouts of the person we're looking for. But we'll do it again.
Estremor?
And we'll see their wares at the same time. A fine selection. Who's ran it?
Many blessings, traveler.
Right. Ran it. He does sell dragon eggs. But I don't see the point. Okay, we out. Let's look at the journal. The Anamenfath and Twin Elms. Okay, we seek the Anamenfath and Twin Elms. Oh man. Hold on a minute. Such an agreement would steal away trade from the Deerwood, an act that would increase tensions between the Deerwood and the Republics. With the Anamenfath and Twin Elms. Who are the Anamenfath? Are they in this building here? This meeting hall? Okay, we're here. Let's see who else is. Tribesman, Crows, Hunter, Tribesman, Redai.
Tread carefully, Estremor.
Sensing your approach, an agitated elven hunter suddenly drops his conversation and turns to face you. What kind of courtesy have you learned in your filthy homeland? A red stripe of paint gleams pearly wet with sweat from cheekbone to cheekbone. We speak of Glenfathen matters. Be gone! The huntress in the group raises her calloused hand. Still your heart, Redai. Do not forget where you stand. She parts the fine strands of golden hair that float before her face and acknowledges you with a nod. In the house of our ancestors and the six tribes, we commune as one people. Radai looks away and fumes in a restrained breath. The ancestors will forgive me and my brother when I clean the shame away from his name. He looks up at the huntress, and from the taint it has brought to our tribe. What happened to your brother? My brother, the hunter's heavy breathing pauses for a moment. My brother, Fjorm, is the greatest hunter of our tribe. He set out on a blood hunt but hasn't returned. And now Arthwin, the puny liar, he claims that my brother, Radai clenches his fists. The elven huntress fills in the silence. Arthwin belongs to another tribe. He is the hunter that competed against Fjorm during their blood hunt. She gives a glancing look to Radai. Arthwin claims that Fjorm has exiled himself, deciding to not return to Twin Elms. Radai scowls. His stripe of paint curves like an angry wound. Exiled in shame for losing to him during the blood hunt. Can you believe this, liar? Even though Arthwin returned with the giant Stelgar's fang as proof, it's hard to believe that Fjorm would have failed to kill the prey first. The huntress digs her heel on the dark soil. But you cannot claim that yet, Radai. Not until the Amfather judge the truth. Arthwin's weak, from a lower tribe, Radai bares his teeth. He lies. I'll find the truth and clear my brother's name. Why would Arthwin lie about your brother? Radai throws his arms in the air. Why? He looks at you as if the answer were obvious. Radai, please, still your anger. How does he know our customs? The huntress turns to you and nods. Arthwin stands much to gain from claiming a victory over Fjorm. It brings renown and glory to his kin, a lesser tribe, the twice split arrows. Arthwin has no history, no name, and now he returns a hero, while my brother, Radai faces twists in ire, tricked, perhaps worse. How do you plan to clear Fjorm's name? A bead of sweat rolls down Radai's forehead and hangs from his red-painted cheekbone like a drop of blood. It quivers as the hunter's muscles twitch. I can't tarry here while my brother's fate remains unknown. The Anamfather must let me go. To judge Arthwin and to clean our tribe's name, they cannot listen to your truth. The huntress lowers her head, glancing at you. Before the Anamfather, only an impartial voice can speak for what happened. Radai whips his neck and the drop of sweat lingering on his cheekbone flies in your direction. You mean to involve this one? And Estramor? She points at him, her calloused fingers curved like a claw. Listen to me now. Arthwin returned, with proof. Your brother did not even come back. The huntress blows against the fine hairs floating down from her face. If the tribes are split, something must be done. She looks at you, but this one's words move even stone. As an Estramor, I can look into this without risking tension between your tribes. Radai turns to face you, his hard features betraying no emotion, and nods. You're right in claiming this. The Anamfather would agree to listen. There's no union between you and our tribes. The huntress nods at you. Fjorm and Arthwin went to the North Weald Forest, beyond the old Song Pass, to hunt a giant Stelgar. Search there and return to us with the truth if you can. But be aware, Stelgar of such size, many times over their lesser kin, usually gather a big pride that follows them closely. Radai fixes his eye on you, two glowing embers over the blood-red stripe painted across his face. Estramor, I don't expect help, but I'll do anything to know of my brother's fate and to clean the stain that Arthwin has spilled on our tribe. He throws his chin back. Anything. This I claim. That's nice. But we really need to speak to this person. Well... Okay, so we cannot complete one of the missions. That was the Anamfather, right? Anamenfath. Oh, I've already found enough information about Fiorm's death. His brother Redai will want to know about it. I can find him in the Passage of the Six in the Hearthsong district of Twin Elms. I found Fiorm's corpse. His lingering essence revealed part of his last memories. I'm trying to kill the giant Stalgar by him. In trying to kill the giant Stalgar by himself, Fiorm tricked Arthwin and fought the creature alone, dying in the attempt. Alright, let's tell him about it.
Tread carefully, Estermore.
I've concluded my task. It's time to speak with the Anamenfath. What did you see? Where's Fiorm? Redai takes a step forward. Tell me! Redai! The huntress thrusts her palm between you and her companion. The truth belongs to all of us, even Arthwin. You know this. Redai hesitates for a moment. He wipes the sweat off his face, leaving traces of red paint on his hand. I'm ready to spare the truth with the Anamenfath. He looks up, and I'll make sure that so is Arthwin. Now we have to speak with the Anamenfath. I've been investigating Fiorm's disappearance. Let's begin. She nods. I will summon Arthwin and Redai. Their fates and the names of their tribes depend on what you will reveal to us. Bethuel stands at the head of the hall, lit from behind by dozens of candles. She casts a long shadow across the floor. We've gathered to weigh the claims of Arthwin and Redai in the matter of Fiorm's disappearance. To that end, we are honored by the presence of a Galswan Anams, thank you, whose insight will help us render a verdict. Murmurs of astonishment echo from the front of the hut. We begin with Arthwin's claim. He asserts that Fiorm lured him into a confrontation with the Stelgar and that he slew the beast on his own. Fiorm, he says, exiled himself, fearing that knowledge of his actions would heap shame on the keepers of the stone. She holds up a tooth as long as her arm. As evidence, he brings a fang from the great Stelgar. On the other hand, Redai states that his brother was tricked and murdered by Arthwin during the hunt. A hunter of Fiorm's renown would not have fallen in the blood hunt but by treachery. Her shadow flickers and dances in the candlelight as she looks at you. And now we turn to our Galsananams. We ask only that you share your observations, that we may find closure for these two tribes. She lowers her head. What fate befell Fiorm? Fiorm is dead. What? Redai stares at you, his face contorted between surprise and anger. He turns to Arthwin. How, you puny weakling, how? The Anamenfath whips her neck towards the tribesmen. Do not forget your place. Redai's chest balloons, but he quickly lowers his chin in obedience. Arthwin's eyes dart from side to side. The Anamenfath continues. It saddens us to know this truth, but we must still reveal it deeper. If this is so, how did this giant Stelgar die? Fiorm killed the giant beast. Of course he did. Redai shakes his fist and looks to everyone in the hall. Arthwin is just a feeble hunter from the twice-split arrows, and a liar. Fur bristles along her arm. Silence! Her slitted pupils narrow as she regards you. And now we come to it. Claim the truth for the 6 tribes, Galsanams. Fiorm tricked Arthwin and fought the giant Stelgar by himself. They killed each other in the fight. Arthwin tried to recover Fiorm's shame, but lied about besting the creature. Your words echo along the passage of the Six to the solemn audience. Bethwin nods. It is as you say. We thank you for sharing your truth with us. The Anamenfath turns to Arthwin and Redai. Brothers of the tribes, let these wounds mend. Go in peace and contemplate the shame brought unto our hearth. So, now what? She turns her back to you. A shame upon both tribes is not what I would have wanted, but we must learn to turn our faces to these hard truths if we are to survive the coming seasons. Your integrity is a boon to us. Please accept this with our thanks. A sword. It's called Sheathed in Autumn. A one-handed sword. It's superb. +1 enemies engaged. And a freezing lash. And it does 18 to 26. I meant 19 to 28 in the hands of Ydare. Is that better than resolution? Yeah, that is better than resolution. But he's good with... yeah. Can we enchant it in any way? We could enchant it to slay beasts. Fancy sword. But we have an awesome billy club. I guess if we're surrounded by enemies, we'd want to use this. Major adventure completed. Pallegina, yes. Shoot, we're not finished with Pallegina, are we? We need to have her in the party before we talk to this guy. Alright. I think let's see if we can get Pallegina back into the party. We'll drop... Geez, I don't know. We'll drop Harabius. I do like his spells, though. Yeah, help Pallegina. Okay. Well, she's not in the party, and there are other things we can be doing. Am I right? Alright, maybe it's time... Maybe it's time just to go to the burial isle. Alright, we're going back to Ter Ebron and Elm's Reach. to see if we can get a blessing from Rimgand. And Rimgand is the god of what? Entropy, cold, winter, bad luck, famine, and natural disaster. So we just served him? Why would he want that thing closed? Why would he want a gateway, a portal to freezing cold shut? That's what I'd like to know. A vision of a gate, and the pale elves trying to open it. Why would he want that closed? I thought gods, evil gods, love entering into the mortal realm. Alright, well, I don't know. Maybe I think we want to complete all the gods' quests before we return to them. Uh, yeah. Alright, you know what? I've got to figure out what to do here. I don't think there's anything to do in their main meeting house anymore. Let's go up to Builder's Hearth.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Tell me about the Ethnic Knoll. They're the Druids of Blood Sands, a cave northwest of the great trees of Elm's Reach. Normally, I would advise an Estermore not to walk that path. How does one get to the Burial Isle? Okay, ferry. Have you heard of a place called the Golden Grove? Servant of Death has been updated. The Ethnic Knoll reside in a cave known as Blood Sands. It's in northern Elm's Reach. We're off to Elm's Reach. Okay, we're in Elm's Reach. And apparently they're in that cave right there. I'm just gonna quick save and then we'll head in.